So now let's move on and let's comment the last statement from Eden Hazard yesterday during an interview, because in my opinion this is a very sad situation. It's very pessimistic statement from the Belgian player, because what he said is that I broke my ankle for 3 times, so I don't think it's gonna be the same ever again. So from my understanding, what he's trying to say is explaining to all the people that they have to understand that he will never be again the same player than he used to. I mean, it's completely different story when you get a super bad injury or even more injuries, but very bad injuries with a very long recovery process and things like that, and the way you play, your style, everything changed and nothing can be the same ever again. So although it's very understandable, the problem is when you have to compete for a spot in Real Madrid, you have to be not only 100%, but I would say 200%, and especially the year that Kylian Mbappe might sign for Real Madrid and become the most direct competition for you for a spot in Real Madrid. Because if you think about it, both players play in the same spot, and although you can interchange or exchange a little bit to the players and changing different positions, the most likely that happen is that Kylian Mbappe will start from the left wing, and in my opinion that might affect to Eden Hazard. So it's not very good news for him, because when you have a very prominent player like Kylian Mbappe, arguably the best player in the world right now, it's gotta be almost impossible for you to beat Kylian Mbappe, to beat that competition, to get rid of that competition, especially if you don't feel 100%, if you don't feel 200%. And of course, if the problem is that you put everything on your talent, I mean, you only trust in your talent to become the best player, but you don't have, like Capello said the other, like Mourinho said the other day, that Eden Hazard is one of the most talented players with the worst practice, with the worst training ever, then you won't be able to beat Kylian Mbappe for a spot in Real Madrid. So this is very pessimistic statement, and I don't really know what is going to happen to him in Real Madrid, but let me tell you that I cannot predict a very good future for Eden Hazard in Real Madrid. So let's see what happens, guys.